Happy Sunday, happy Super Bowl Sunday. So what we're making, and I already have the recipe for this, but I wanted to share it because I don't make this very often because the sodium level is kind of high, but it's Super Bowl Sunday, so it's going to be an exception for me. Now what I'm making here is, and I'm going to call it Southern Comfort Rotel dip. That may sound crazy, but a lot of things, why I call it Southern, because it could be from anywhere, and it is. But the reason I'm putting a spin on it is because, and I haven't seen it done like this, is not to say it hasn't been, but I'm going to, the first time I made it like this was my own decision to try something different with it. And let me tell you why. Because I had gone somewhere and I had Rotel, and it just tasted like Rotel dip with ground meat put in it. And I was like, this needs to be amped up a little bit. So my sister-in-law had a birthday party at her house, and I amped it up and took it over there, and everybody went crazy over it. So, if I happen to do something and it wasn't my idea to do it in the first place, or I got the idea from somebody else, I don't care how big their channel is or how small, I'm going to give them credit. A lot of people don't do that. Suppose you see a recipe, a person has been doing something the same way, or say you go back to their first way of doing something, and you notice now it's a totally different change, and they incorporated new ways of doing things, new recipes or whatever, and they just stumbled up on or by their own interest being piqued, they want to try something different. But if you got the idea from somebody, why not give them credit? I mean, listen, it's not going to dim your light to let someone else's light shine. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't get that, but I see where, you may mimic somebody, or you may do something on your video that somebody else has already done and you don't reference them. I just think that, that's why copyright exists, because people will always take somebody else's idea and claim it as their own. And like I said, it's not a drama channel or anything. I just want to point out some things that I see that you can actually be successful using somebody else's way of doing something, even if you give them credit. It's not going to hinder your success to give somebody else credit. It's not. And I just don't get that, man. Anytime I do something out of the ordinary and out of the way I do things, I'm going to always reference where I got the idea from. Because it just wasn't mine. And I wouldn't feel comfortable doing that. I just wouldn't. Okay, so I already put my Velveeta cheese. Y'all saw me cut the blocks up. And I'm going to add the whole can of Rotel. I got Rotel and I got the no salt kind. And you'll see why I decided to do that way. So all you do is the 32-ounce block of Rotel. Block of Velveeta. The Rotel tomatoes. And I think I'm only going to use one today. I don't think I'm going to use two. If I decide to come back and do it that way, I'll let y'all know. But I don't think so. And I got it in my crock pot. And all I'm going to do is, I'm going to actually put it on high. And I'm going to just let this go. So I'm going to come over and show you how I'm going to add the second part to it. This is what amps it up. Alright? Be right back. What's on your menu for today, man, is Mom. So what we have here, every every Super Bowl Sunday, our dinner is finger foods. And so I used to barbecue, but I remember one of my sisters at church said that they started doing it. And I said, you know what, that's a good idea to start. So anyway, so I've already browned the meat some. You see there's a little pink left, and I wanted that. But you see, I drained all of the grease off already. But I want just a little pink there. I do. Okay, so now what I do and what I found, and the reason why I say it's a southern thing with this, oh, I got one thing that's missing. No, I put some in there. Because I'm going to use Holy Trinity. Trinity is celery, bell pepper, and onion. And so that's what I have here. I'm going to add to my meat. That's why I call it southern. Because, usually when you're cooking something, you from the south, the first thing you do is saute those vegetables. But, a lot of times I saute the vegetables first and then add the meat to it. Saute it in a little butter. But I decided to do it this way, because I didn't want to have to pull the grease off the meat and then all my seasoning from sauteing the vegetables in the meat. So that's why I got the no salt in the Rotel tomatoes, because I wanted to put a little seasoning salt in my meat mixture. And the reason why I wanted to add seasoning to the meat mixture, because the Rotel was just tasting like Rotel tomatoes, Velveeta cheese, and meat. And I just thought I like a little bit more flavor. You know? And I'm trying to find ways to incorporate flavor into my dishes in a healthier way. Does that make sense? And so everybody, anybody that watch me that know how I season, I always use the same things over and over and over again because they work for me. And I'll show you what they are. I don't have much space here. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to add is the Tony seasoning. Hence the reason why I didn't get the Rotel with the salt. So this is the salt that would have been in the Rotel tomatoes. So it's not very much. This is not all salt. Now, don't get me wrong. It has salt in it. It has a whole bunch of things in it. And it's very, very good. Okay. So, here it is again. Tony Saturate's Creole Seasoning. I get it this size, 32 ounces at Walmart. I'm sorry, at Sam's. Okay, so we added that. You know what? This meat's supposed to be ground beef, 73, yeah, 27. But ground beef is not usually this coarse. I think this is actually ground chuck. I got the 3-pound roll from Albertsons for $5.97 on the Just For You this week. That's a good buy though, because it's thicker than regular ground beef. Okay, so that was the Tony's. Now we're going to add some black pepper, and of course I've showed y'all the black pepper that I use. This is a member mark. They also have one that's I forget what it says. Something about ground. Something about the way it's ground or whatever. I get that one too, but they didn't have it this time. But this one is good. It's, y'all remember back in the day, any of your older ones, older people, remember we used to get that Watkins black pepper? Man, that black pepper would stand out. I'm serious. I like granulated onion powder. I don't like the onion powder that's like dust. I bought that before, and the cabinet where I store my seasonings is near the stove, and the heat from that actually makes it clump up. And I don't like that. So I get the granulated. So this is the granulated onion powder, as well as the granulated garlic powder. I just don't like the dust kind. I do not. I have bought it before. It wasn't my favorite though. So and look, that is all that you add to your meat. That's it. You cook it down and then you add it into your Rotel. Now, if you haven't made this before, try it and let me know if you like it. Hey, I ain't very popular on YouTube and all that. I don't have hundreds of thousands of subscribers, but I throws down over here in this southern kitchen. You hear me? We get down in the dirty sauce. So y'all, I didn't even finish showing y'all what I had. So I did my chicken salad yesterday. Because I like it to be cold. And I wasn't thinking, because when I did the eggs, I should have went ahead and did my eggs for the deviled eggs, but I just don't have a lot of storage space in my refrigerator, so that's why I really didn't want to do it then. So I'm doing it today. I'm actually making not deviled eggs either. We're gonna call them angel eggs, because the devil shouldn't reside in your home, right? So we ain't gonna give him no space in our houses. So let's quit saying devil eggs and say angel eggs. Okay, so but anyway, we're gonna continue to let this cook. It's not all the way done because it's not all the way brown. And you want to get those vegetables tender before you add it to the Rotel. Okay, because that Rotel just basically simmers. So I also have my eggs over here boiling. Like I said, I like to get extra large eggs anyway, but especially for my deviled eggs. Large eggs are really medium, and mediums are really small. So that's why all I buy is the extra large. We're going to let this go ahead and cook, and then I'll come back when I actually put these two together. What I did for okay, let me tell you what the menu is. So I have the chicken salad sandwiches. I'm not going to make it in a tray, because when I make it on a tray, I don't have enough room to store it. So they can just make their salads when they get ready to eat. But I like to cut mine up, you know, in like, I ain't going to say bite sizes, but fours. Okay, so we got the chicken salad sandwiches. I have the meatballs and little smokies together in my Magnum-like Dutch oven. I actually have them in the oven. I had actually gone to Walmart and considered purchasing another crock pot. I was like, you know what? I ain't got to do all that. Just put those things in the oven. So that's where they are. But I wanted to put the Rotel in the crock pot because the last time I tried to do it on the stove, it burnt on the bottom. And you know, something like that, once it burnt on the bottom, it just messed up the whole flavor. So I'm going to do that in a crock pot. That's why I put the Velveeta cheese, and the Rotel is already in the crock pot. And then we'll add the meat. That'll be all we need to do to that. And so I also have, I got the chips for that, of course. And then I'm going to do some, and I just had wings last Saturday, but I'm going to also do some, wings. I don't like to buy the wings that's already, you know how you buy them already in sections. I like to buy the fresh wings and cut them myself, because to me, when you air fry them, when you air fry the drumettes that's already cut up, they shrink up a whole lot more to me. Maybe it's just me, y'all. Tell me what y'all think about it. But anyway, for me, it does. So anyway, it's Super Bowl Sunday, y'all. I actually even bought a little Super Bowl cake, because y'all know I usually do desserts. I'm like, man, I pay $18.98 for this cake. I could have hooked up a cake cheaper than that. I just need to learn how to do a little screen thing. I guess I could have bought it. I don't know. I need to look into that. Because really and truly, $20? Whew. Anyway, like I said, I didn't want to have to spend time doing all that, because I have housework to do and I got some things to prepare for tomorrow. It's Super Bowl Sunday, y'all. And man, the Saints was close though. Whew. Isn't it? Anyway, who that? So, but I'm from Louisiana, so when our team don't win, we follow on with somebody else. So we do have some Louisiana roots on both teams, so make the best team win. I'm gonna put it like that. And so I'll be back. Happy Super Bowl Sunday, y'all, again. All right, y'all. So here's the meat, and look, doesn't have a lot of grease at the bottom. See that? It did have a little pink, remember? But we just cooked it slow. Now what I want my vegetables to be tender, because remember, we're just really just melting the cheese and stuff together. We're not really just cooking it per se. So you don't want, I didn't want a lot of grease from the meat, right? We want flavor and not grease. So that's why I strained all of that out. But the pink, look, it didn't make a lot of grease. So that's why I know this is not, this meat is not, this is ground chuck. This is not ground beef. I do know the difference. But anyway, I thought that because it looked too red. But anyway, so good for me. Anyway, this is what it looks like, y'all. And when the cheese melts, I'm going to go ahead and add it. And I'll come back and show y'all that step, okay? Be right back. Okay, y'all, so see, the cheese is melted. And the reason why I wanted to melt the cheese up first, one time I had put it in there when the cheese was chunky, and it kind of made it like ropey. So I wanted to go ahead and melt it first. I wanted the cheese hot as well as the meat. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so this is what the meat looks like. Remember, I told y'all it's no grease in there. We don't need the grease. We just need the meat and the seasonings, of course. That seasoning, don't sleep on it. That's where your flavor gonna come from. Now, honestly, I like to really, the last time I did it like this, I actually used the Pick Sweet seasoning blend. That's what I used that time. Oh, I'm sorry about that. All right. Go ahead. I like to go ahead and add water to my dishes as I get through. It makes the cleanup easier. Okay. So it's not a whole, well, it's a 2-pound thing of cheese. But this is what this looks like. And we're going to let this continue to cook. Not going to take long. Remember, all you're doing really is just simmering this. It's heating it. Let these flavors marry each other. Start talking and all that. And it's going to be on. It is. Looking better already, doesn't it? Y'all see in there? I don't think I'm going to need the other can of Rotel. I don't know. If I need it, I may need it because I used 2 pounds of cheese. What y'all think? I don't want it to be spicy hot though. I'll see. And if I end up using it, I will let y'all know. Trying to get as much as I can off of there. We'll know in a little bit. If it's too stiff, I'll go ahead and add to it. Alright, y'all, be back.